Hey everyone, welcome. Hi, happy Thursday. I'm so happy to see you. Make sure you press a little like, maybe share, comment. I see there are a lot of you on today. Welcome. So happy. Hey Larry, hey Donna. I hope you're having a good week, a good like quick week because we had the July 4th holiday. Hey Nancy. I hope you guys are keeping busy. Here I am in the future headquarters of my child that's not born yet. We are a month out and we're still in here. So we've been working really hard to convert our garage space into my studio so we can turn this into a nursery. But we're not there yet. So we're going to keep working in here. Hey, everyone. Hey, Hyleen, Yogesh. Lorraine, Nancy, I am feeling pretty good. So for those of you who don't follow me, thank you for joining me. But I am 35 weeks pregnant, and I feel pretty good. But we need to start converting some spaces over. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get started with what we're doing. If you're new to my lives, I love interacting with you guys. So please comment. Let me know if you have questions, if you have comments, just want to tell me something. I love that. And so if you're watching and you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Threads. I just joined Threads. So let me know if you're on Threads too. We'll kind of hang out there. So what we're going to do is we are engraving these fleece baby blankets. So here's one for Elizabeth. That's what we are naming our daughter. So these are from All About Blanks. So I have it linked in a couple videos. So you can get it from All About Blanks. They come in pink, white, and blue. So some great basic colors. And so I made mine. And now we have 2 blankets that I need to make for an order. Now we may only do one in our live just because they take a little bit of time. So let me go through and I'm going to kind of, and if I get out of breath, it is what it is. So let me go through and I'm going to show you how I set up these blankets in my Glowforge. So let me go over and move my microphone. So you guys probably know I'm like a one-woman show. So I'm just going to move my camera and show you what's going on. So here we are in our Glowforge. Now, these blankets, we have to fold to fit a certain way. So what's important when you do this is to make sure your machine is turned off. And the reason why is because I'm going to have to adjust my bar to kind of make sure I have the right amount of clearance. So you want to make sure you have your machine off to do that. You do not and should not move the arm while your machine is on. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, put my crumb tray to the side. My machine really needs a new cleaning. Maybe that'll be another video. And actually, I'm going to close it up because I need to use the top of this to fold my blanket. So again, if you missed it, these are from All About Blanks. They are the Mink Touch, because you can't say mink because they're not baby blankets. So one thing to keep in mind, this is 100% polyester. So that's what we want. Polyester can be engraved in the Glowforge. It is safe for the machine. So you want to check that. Okay, so here's our blanket. Now, you kind of have to figure out your placement. I like to place mine, here's my tag. So I like to place mine like in a corner. I prefer them to go on this side. It's all a matter of preference for you, so you can choose whatever you want. So let's go through, and I'm going to fold it one time. We want it to be like within this. And then I am going to take this, fold it in like this and like this. So what I'm looking for is I want this corner to be exposed, and I want to try to keep my blanket as level as possible. So you're going to get a little bit of a, variance because you have these seams, but as close as you can get. Now you can see this blanket has a little bit of a fold right there. You can kind of iron it out if you want to, or just use a different corner. It's up to you. So let's go ahead, bring this in. And we're going to place this in here. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, this might be too low. So what I mean by that is that your Glowforge can engrave up to 2 inches from the bottom of your machine. So if you are using the crumb tray and you have something smaller, the crumb tray kind of props it up for you. But if you remove the crumb tray, you need to make sure the top of whatever you're engraving is still at least 1.5 inches from the bottom of your machine. It has to engrave within 1/2 inch of the laser head. So when we do that and we lift it up, we're kind of updating our machine to engrave that area. So now I just folded this in thirds. So I'm going to track down my corners. So I just want it to be on a long corner here. So I did it in thirds. And then we can go right here. So I still think it's high enough. We'll see when we go in our software. So let's open this up. And if you're unsure, you can take your blanket. What I'll do actually is I'll fold it one more time. That's too high. I can just tell. So we're just going to fold. I did do a video on this recently. Well, no, it was a couple months ago. So you can count my folds in there. I don't know. I've forgotten. So I'm going to bring this in here. And before I do anything else, I'm going to bring my arm over with the machine off. Okay? And then just pass this through. I want to make sure the fan on the back doesn't touch it. It kind of goes through there, and then we're all good. Hey, JJ from Texas. Oh, thanks. Love my baby bump. It's kind of like a baby boulder now. You know, I had people, I went to a food truck festival over the weekend, and someone was like, oh, is that twins? Nope, just one. And then they said, oh, must be a big baby. So, you know, it is what it is. I just turned on my machine. So let's go through, and while my machine is warming up, let's kind of set up our file. So let me move my camera back over for you. Hold on. You guys know, one woman show. And also, I've been trying to update my website for you guys. So if you're interested in like all my updates, I have a ton of stuff that I have made for the nursery or the shower. So I'm going to compile them into blogs, videos, and then a main page. So if you're ever interested in all the updates, if you go to lisapottsdesigns.com/baby-pots, one of those, or go to my website, you'll see it. Okay. So let me go ahead and bring Silhouette Studio into the stream. Now, I have been using the Juliet Caesar software pretty often. But you guys know I will probably be in Silhouette Studio for a very long time. So we have 2 blankets to do. One is for Luna and one is for Vivian. So I'm going to type both names right now so we can kind of bring them over. So my workspace, if you look on the side here, my workspace is huge because I was working on a sign. So let's go ahead and bring this back to 12 inches by 12 inches. And then use our text tool right here. We're going to type Luna. So we have Luna right here. Go over here. And then I'm going to adjust my font on the right side. I have found a really good font for these blankets is a font called Florania. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. The reason why is it's a beautiful script font, but it doesn't taper too much. So it's a nice thicker outline that you can do with this. So we're going to go right here. I just made it larger so you can see it. I'm going to do my favorite shortcut. I'm going to hold down Alt, click and drag. And I just made a duplicate copy. This makes an exact copy, but keeps the font for me. So I like that. And then our other one is Vivian. And I double checked too with what was sent to me. So this is how the name is spelled, okay? So I'm going to bring them both in here. I'm going to take this one, weld it, Control E to make it a compound path. So one big object. Same with this, Control E. And then I'm going to change the line color of one of them just so they show up as different steps. That way they can come in as the same file, but there'll be different steps in my Glowforge software. So we'll go to File. And then you can see that. Save selection, save to hard drive. And then you'll just choose where you want it to go. So I'll put it on my desktop for now. do blanket names. And then to export as an SVG, you need to have Business Edition, the Silhouette Studio Business Edition upgrade. So once you have that, you can choose SVG down here and press OK. And again, this is another moment. If you guys are watching, make sure you say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Please subscribe. I would love for you to follow along. It'd be great. So let's go ahead, and now I'm going to go to my Glowforge software. So hold on one second. I have to choose it for you. Okay, and then now I'm in Glowforge. So you can see here's just my dashboard. We're going to create a new design and upload a file. So this is on my desktop. So we'll do blanket names and let it process. So what are you guys up to? Like what kind of things have you been working on? You know, while we're here, while we're hanging out. So you can see it's processing in the bottom right corner. Now rendering. Okay, so we have both names in here. And then you see how on the left side, we have 2 boxes here, 2 steps. That's because both line colors came in as different functions. So I'm going to right away ignore the Vivienne because I'm not going to engrave that now. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to set my focus. So I'm going to hit these 3 dots here, set focus, and click about right there where my blanket is. My Glowforge is not named Glowzilla, it's Glowzell, after like an old YouTube thing. Okay, so let's go over to Luna. While this is focusing, we can do our engrave settings. So you can see I've already programmed one called Minky Blanket. That's what I called it. So what I have found, if I do my speed at 900, I do my power at 10 and 225 lines per inch, I get a really nice engrave with this. So we're going to go through over here, find our placement. I'm in Glowforge Premium, so I'm going to check my dimensions using the bottom right corner. So this is about just under 1/2 inch wide and just under 2.5 inches tall. So because this name is shorter, I'm going to hit it to make it 3 inches tall, which will make it about 6.5 inches wide. So I'm going to place it with a little bit of buffer between my seams here because I don't want it right on the seams. All right, so we have this set right here, and it focused on the blanket. So this is the moment of truth to see if my material height works, okay? So we're going to go over and hit print, and then it's going to try to process. So see how it says print stopped, unable to complete the print? That means my blanket, my material is not high enough. So let's go ahead and dismiss it. We're going to make some adjustments over here to kind of have that. And you can see material thickness error. The material was not measured correctly, blah, 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 everything that I explained. So I had a feeling that would happen. So let's go back over here, go back to the Glowforge, and let me make it full screen for you. 1 second. I lost my mouse. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm not going to move the arm, but so I can just go ahead and open this up. So I'm going to take this and fold it again. And actually, I changed my mind. I am going to turn it off. So I turned off my machine. This is so that I can move the arm and not damage it. So the fan kind of brushes on there, okay? So you can see it actually right here. It brushed it and tracked it down. So now, I can't remember how I folded it before. I did it in the video, but I'm just going to go over and prop it up with some of my, sorry, I hit my camera, with my boards. So I always keep some basic boards in here to help prop my material up. So I'm going to place it right underneath this. And I'm just adjusting my blanket to fit on there. So now, let's see what we're working with. It's passing through, but it's just grazing it. So let's take one board out and see what we're working with now. Okay, let's see if this is better. Okay. All right, so does that make sense what just happened? Like, do you understand like the whole thing with that? All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add this to stream. It's going to take a minute because I just turned my machine back on. So do you guys have any questions in the meantime, or anything that you want me to clarify, or anything that you're working on? So you can see it still shows my machine is offline because it's just turning on. It's kind of processing. So what we see on the screen now is the last picture that it took. It's not a live view. So I'm actually going to go through and refresh my page. And and you can probably watch the original video I put out because I folded it correctly then, but now I like can't remember. So yes, I'll tell you the settings again. So my settings that I've been using are a speed of 900, power of 10, and 225 lines per inch. Now, you want to like, that was a weird noise it made. You want to do a test. So what I do whenever I do a test is I pick, oh, the laser had experienced a bump. Oh. All right, let's try it again. So I opened my lid and kind of adjusted everything. So now we're going to let it center. So if you're going to do a test cut, make a really, really small shape and pick a corner that's not obvious so that you can kind of test it as you go. Okay, so you can see that it's centering. So this will take a couple seconds. We have the sizing down. We're just waiting on the camera to load again and for it to center again. So don't forget, make sure you like and share. It really helps me out. You know, kind of have to say it when you do YouTube. All right, so now you can see it rescan. I'll hit these 3 dots, set my focus. All right, so you can see that the camera's going to go over. And let me go through and give you a better view once it goes. All right, so we have that right there. So you can see I need to just nudge this over a little bit more. Right, so we have that set right there. We have our settings 910, 225. So let's hit print. And it should work this time. Okay, so we can see we're all good right there. It'll take 13 minutes. So I'll let you see the beginning of it, and then I'm just going to like chat with you about some other stuff that I have. Okay. So you can see it's making its way through there. So I'll bring the camera back in a couple minutes to show you everything else, but let's just kind of go back over here and chat, okay? Ooh, that camera's really close. Okay. Hi. So let me show you in the meantime. This is a great time if you have any questions. Glowforge Silhouette, Caesar. I have the Caesar cutter. Let me know. I have plenty of time to answer them. But let me show you some of the stuff that I have. Okay, so these are all things that I have videos coming out on. But wanted to show you. I have a cake topper. So check this out. This is clear acrylic. I scored it on the back and painted it. And then we have white acrylic for the name right here. So this is a video that's coming out soon. I kind of set it up. I really like this one. So we have this right here. This is all acrylic from Cerulean Tides. JJ, love the fact that I can use my silhouette software with my Glowforge. I know, it's so convenient. And I did silhouette for years, so it was like such an easy just jump over for me. Once it has more, I'll show you. This other thing I'm really excited about. So I got this wood cake serving set for the baby shower. So what I did is I engraved her name on this wood knife to use for the baby shower. Is the knife that great? I don't know, but it's, you know, sentimental, take pictures, whatever. And then it comes with a server too. So, you know, you like cut it and you serve it. So we'll use this server when she's born to put like birth stats, and then I'll use this for all her birthdays. So I think it's pretty cute, like something that she can kind of have. Who knows? Maybe I'll engrave the other side for her wedding. I don't know. Who knows if that'll happen, but I have a video on this as well. I just got the knife from Amazon. I thought it turned out really cute. And I just did like a basic font for it. What do you think so far, guys? Do you have any comments or questions? And then I really like these. So I made the signage for my baby shower because like when you do what you do, like who else is going to make it for you? So I have these acrylic arches that I made, and then I did white acrylic on top. And I didn't do anything with kerf in a base. I didn't want to. So I got these wood bases from Woodpecker Crafts. They're for 1/4 inch. Oops. And I just popped them right in there. So it turned out really, really nice. So I did a version where it was just acrylic. I did one that had acrylic, and then this is decal vinyl, just so I could use it again. I didn't like doing this. It was a lot to weed out. It was a process. So I don't know if I would do that again. But then we also have decorate a onesie for baby. We had a onesie station. Make a headband for baby. And then we also had our diaper drop off. We had a diaper raffle. If you guys are planning a shower or will plan a shower, diaper raffles are such a good idea. We have so many diapers. And then like they did a prize. So whenever I help throw showers, the prize is always a $5 Starbucks gift card. So it's really, really easy to have a prize. And then this is what I would do going forward. I have the acrylic up here, but this is engraved into the acrylic and then filled in with paint. So I know it's like, hey, we don't want to engrave in there because it takes longer to engrave, but I'll tell you, it took way longer to cut and weed that vinyl because it was so small. So keep that in mind when you're doing something like that, that sometimes the thing that you think is faster is not. And then this is actually my favorite thing I made. So Chameleon Cuttables made a file for me. So I made the guest book. So this, I put a piece of plywood. It's in a frame. But what it is, it has her name and little flowers. And so I cut out little flowers and they go in like puzzle pieces. So I can't see off the top of my head where this goes, but it kind of fills in. So I'm going to go through and put little glue dots in the back of these and kind of hang and put them back in here. So all of these are just placed in here, so they're really loose. But I wanted a guest book that was like functional too. So, you know, I didn't want just a book. I wanted something that could be displayed in her room, or eventually just be in my house because she'll be over it. But something that's like a good representation of all the people that came to celebrate her. So I really, really loved this idea, and I was so thankful that Chameleon Cuttables helped me make this file. She doesn't have it listed on her website, but I bet if you message her, she might. I think she's on the fence about it. So if you like that file, if you think this is a good idea, you should let her know. But yes, so Jana asked, how does the diaper raffle work? So what we did is when we sent out the invitations, there was a little insert with a card that said diaper raffle, bring a pack of diapers for a chance to win a prize, and it had a slot for their name. So in a perfect world, they would have done that, filled out their name, and put it in the jar. People forget all the time. So I always printed out extras of that. And so they just came. My friends and I have thrown so many baby showers at this point. We had a pack and play that was in a corner. So they just threw all the diapers in there if it wasn't in the gift bag already. And then they filled out their name and put it in the card. So we just picked someone from the raffle. They got a $5 Starbucks gift card, and we have lots of diapers. Some people will even put on the card what size they request. I didn't do that, but I had a really good variety of sizes, so I'm not really worried about it. So I have a ton of diapers just stashed away all over this house so we're ready to go. I know some people who do these and they don't buy diapers for like 6 months to a year. So I'm okay with that. So let me bring the camera over so you can see the progress of the blanket. Can you see it? So you can see we're about halfway done. So I found that these settings work really well because they kind of, in a sense, burn the blanket, but it's not too much and it doesn't bring a hole through it. So you can see with this one, it gives it that nice textured look, and it's a great minimalist thing. So we had this blanket draped over a chair at the baby shower, and with the way the light came in, it looked really good. So I'm really excited about it. And don't forget, I get it from All About Blanks. If you want to buy one, you can use code Lisa15. It saves you 15%, which is pretty cool. And then she also has cream and blue. So a color for everyone. I like getting stuff from All About Blanks, but I see her at trade shows a lot. But like, for me, it's useful because she doesn't have an overwhelming selection of colors. Like, she has the colors that perform well: pink, blue, white, and other colors gray, and other blankets gray. Like, it's just what you need. So it worked out really well. I really enjoy it, and so we kind of have that option going. So we have 5 minutes on that run. So what questions do you have on anything else? Or I can just keep talking about things that I'm making. So I'm in the process of measuring out her nursery sign. Let me just, let's stop the share and let me show you something else that I'm working on. So this is something that I'm working on. I have not done a video on it. I'm just kind of testing it out. So I'm trying to figure out what size I want the name sign to be in the nursery. Originally, it was going to be at the baby shower. It was going to hang from the balloon arch ring, but time got away from me. So let me show you what I did. So I went through and I found a picture of the crib that we own. Okay. So I just Google searched the crib. I technically have it in white, but it's the same thing. All right. So if I go right here, my workspace is huge. Okay. It's 60 inches wide and 80 inches tall. Okay. So I looked up the dimensions of my bench, and my crib, the dimensions are about 54 inches wide. So I took the image, and see, I didn't do a good job, but I did a trace and detach so I could get the actual size of it, and I resized it to 54 inches. Okay. So now when I make my name, what I did is I typed my name, and I'm sizing it to kind of be about the size that I want it to be. So what I did is I have been resizing it to see how it looks above it. So I have some wood that is really nice, but it's only 36 inches long. So I'm trying to see if I can make it work on that. I think I may have to go bigger. I may have to get like a bigger piece of wood because, why wouldn't I do a big sign? But you can see, I don't know if that's helpful to you or not, but that's a cool thing that that I'm working on to kind of figure out my sizing. So It'll be in a video, but let me know if you want me to explain it more or if you're excited about that being in the video. Okay, so Larry asked a really good question. He said, if you were going to buy a 24-inch vinyl cutter, would you get a silhouette or a Caesar? So that's it's a nuanced question, and it's a nuanced answer. Okay, so if I wanted to stick with my craft cutters, I own Cameo Pro, and so I've been working with it. But I will say that I have a lot of issues with it. I don't think it grips the material well. I can't cut long designs without a cutting mat. It slides. When I do the giant wall decals, I have to hope and pray and hold my breath that when I feed something long, it actually feeds through straight and it doesn't ruin my cut. I have gotten like 4 feet into a 5 to 6 foot cut and it just goes off the track. And this is including when I feed it through beforehand to make sure it feeds straight. So I don't know if I would, if you're going to do a lot of big cuts, I don't know if I would use the Cameo Pro. Now, at the current moment, I only own the 12-inch Juliet, the Caesar Juliet, okay? But I will tell you, it's amazing. The tracking's really good. It grips it really well. I'm not worried about the big, long cuts. So I'm hoping to get the Romeo. I want to get the bigger cutter. So if the Romeo performs just like the Juliet, then I would say the Caesar cutter. However, depending on the volume of business that you're doing, the type of work that you're doing, you may want to consider moving up to a bigger, like a more professional cutter. So the Caesar cutters are great because they're made to be a marriage between the craft cutters and the professional cutters. But if you're running a really big, full-fledged business, that would be the time that I would think about getting a Graphtec or a Roland. Those are really good industry standard cutters. But it does have a different cutting software. So you do have to learn either way. The good thing is that it takes SVG. So you can still keep designing in whatever software you want, but there are different adjustments that you have to make. So if you're used to doing craft cutters and you want to stay in that area, I would get a Caesar 24-inch cutter. If you're growing, I don't know, maybe look into Graphtec and Roland. I still use Caesar cutters so I can help you more, but that's kind of like my caveat, my opinion on that. Okay. So I'm just waiting for my Glowforge to cool down. It's done. All right. Check it out. Let me close this because it's loud. What do you guys think? I think it turned out really nice. And it's like, it obviously feels like a little bit rough. It kind of feels, where it's engraved, it feels a little bit like maybe terry cloth, like a towel. But when you wash it, it does kind of get softer. So because this is something that like, it's kind of burned into it, melted for lack of a better word, this will make it through the wash. So, you know, some people worry about vinyl, it might lift in the wash, you know, whatever. This is a nice set look with it. So what do you guys think? You guys are quiet tonight. So I think it turned out pretty nice. So that's everything I have for you. I have to do another one, but I'm not going to have you sit through the entire engraving process because it'll be longer because this name is longer, you know. But that's what I have. I hope I've been working really hard to try. Sorry, making dinner. You know what, Nancy? Nick is making dinner right now, so I understand. So I've been working really hard to try to get ahead. I am working on hopefully launching a learning platform. So if you want that, please let me know what kind of things you want me to put on there. I'm debating whether I want to do memberships or just, you know, small mini courses. I'm also trying to put up all the videos and tutorials with everything we've done for the baby. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to get my email. I've been trying to do all of that for you. I'm hoping to pre-schedule a lot of stuff so that when I go on maternity leave, you'll still have content. And then of course, I will let you know when there's a baby not in my stomach. But yeah, we're really busy. We're trying to get things done. Hopefully, I'll have some cool content with this. And yeah, so you guys know where I am. If you ever have any questions, if you want me to do something again for you, if you have any video requests, I'm so happy to do that. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really glad to see so many of you join today. Make sure you share the videos. Make sure you let people know that I'm live. And I will talk to you later. Bye.